Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the No In Particular line for the review of 2025 and the shenanigans that have happened on the model railway and real events. So we will go through some things that have happened for a while. So we'll see some of the railways I've visited, steam rallies I've been to, and some stuff that's gone on the model railway. Enjoy. We kicked the year off with a bang at the Mid-Suffolk Light Railway for their 3-inch steam event, seeing visiting engines such as Sir Berkeley, and enjoying a very fun day riding trains. Later on, we saw the rail inspection car at Lowestoft train station. A while after, I began to lay the road on my model railway, which is now fully finished and in use. We later went to Strumpshaw Steam Rally and saw my favourite traction engine ever, which is now on screen, the blue one, and had a very nice time in which I got trusted to go on the footplate of that barrel for the first time I've ever been on a steam engine. Around this time, we also achieved the highest views I had on a short for quite a while, which was, I think, around 1,000, featuring this steam bus in the background. The bus is a modified Foden at Strumpshaw Steam Rally. Around this time, we also went to the Museum of the Broads and got to have a look around a wherry. So, after this, I ended up acquiring myself with another mammoth from my grandparents. This one was one of their friends, but it was given to me, and it is currently in working order. We ended up going very far back in time on the replica of Christopher Columbus's ship in Yarmouth. However, I wasn't able to fully enjoy it because I'd been on a scouting hike before, and my legs were quite frankly very sore. However, it was a great time, and the ship was beautiful. A while later on, me and my friend ended up at Weeting Steam Rally, which was by far one of my favourite events of this year, where I was trusted to stand on way too many traction engines and take cool pictures, and genuinely had a great time despite the horrible weather. Saw a lot of vehicles, and genuinely it was great. Here are some pictures from Weeting of many traction engines, some pictures of me being trusted on the footplate of things. That miniature there, I was allowed to have a go on the whistle. Showman's engine, footplate, a Fowler, general purpose I think, another bit of footplate shenanigans, more footplate shenanigans, and a Fowler ploughing engine, which was actually doing ploughing demonstrations. A while later, my LMM wagon arrived from Dapol and is now running on the layout, often being used in freight demonstrations. My friend went on the Railway 200 Inspiration train at Norwich, which was a great opportunity to learn about jobs involving the railway and the future of the railways. Another good bit of my year was LMM Fest, which is the sort of celebration of all the things that Larry's Mechanical Marvels has achieved with his locomotive, modular railway, and the fire engine. Some pictures are above, and my best memory of LMM Fest this year was being trusted to drive the modular railway. Here are some videos of LMM's modular railway. Being able to talk to people who also have an interest in modular railway is something really good about this hobby, because it's sort of a community, and we can all ask each other questions about things, and it's sort of a very nice thing to sort of be a part of. This is me being trusted to drive his Ruston 48. That is currently me behind the controls. Another highlight was my annual trip to the North Norfolk Railway and Bressingham. Here are some pictures of the North Norfolk and the Corrie Hunted George Sholto at Bressingham Steam Museum. A while later, I ended up on a classic bus to the East Anglian Transport Museum, which was one of my many journeys there because I quite frankly love the trams, and it's just a very nice atmosphere. Later on, we went to one of my favourite events of the year, which is the Grand Henham Steam Rally, where there was many traction engines and things that were all very nice. This steamroller particularly caught my attention. However, my favourite locomotive, as always, was Burrell Exmare. which was that blue steam tractor. That's a miniature Foden. This was a locomotive on the Group 1 model railway. This was a showman's tractor. And once again, my favourite locomotive, Exmare. Another showman's engine. And the third mammoth that I now own. This collection is getting kind of worrying now, to be honest. But the more the merrier, I guess. A while later, we had the annual Model Railway Gala with a lot of road steam, as you could see in that picture. They were all on the other field of my Model Railway for the traction engine whistle up, which I haven't got recorded, just to help your eardrums. A while later, I got this Mammal T1, which is called Martin in honour of my grandfather who used to own it. It is now in working order and used whenever I really get the chance to. You went back to the East Anglian Transport Museum because it's a great museum, and I got that really nice picture of that tram in the forest. And had another great day out doing much tram things. In November, I went to Lomex, which is one of my favourite events of the year in Lowestoft, which is a model engineering exhibition. And I have got plans to be there next year exhibiting some of my steam engines, hopefully. At Lomax, I ended up purchasing myself a few locomotives, including this J3 and a Great Western Railways auto coach. Well, not really an auto coach, DMU, I presume, thing. I think people called it the Flying Banana before, but I don't really have a clue. Now, to top off the year, I went to London to Caution Shenanigans and saw this Black 5 at Euston Station, along with a God, I can't remember what it is. The Rail Tour livery Glass 47. Very nice. Sorry about the abysmal quality picture of the Black 5. It was rather difficult to get to because they weren't letting us onto the platform it was on. Now, to top off the year, I got drive bands for the Mammoth for Christmas and got to send it flying across the kitchen. So, we're going to go through some of the locomotives I have brought in 2025. Well, ended up within some way. So, first is my East Kent Railways Adams radial tank, which I recently got from my Christmas money. It's a beautiful runner, beautifully weathered, made by Oxford Rail. So next up we have my Hornby J83, which is an exceptionally old toy, yet still a great runner. Well, not great, it's a bit sketchy, but it looks great. It's in the Railroad Plus livery, I think. So it's got lining on the wheels and looks very nice. And is rather quick, however, to start, meaning you have to shoot off and then slow it down quite a bit. Next up, we have the smallest bit of stock on the nowhere line, which is a Bachmann Type 27 Wickham trolley in the yellow livery with wasp stripes. It's a great runner, can't haul anything because it's tiny, and it looks really nice and suits this railway quite well. I quite like the Wickham trolley because just how small they are, and I think it'd be great fun just to return one to a main line somewhere. Next we have a Great Western Railways Flying Banana, I think some people call them. Well, the weird rail car looking thing. I don't know what company it comes from. If anyone does know, please tell me. It's a bit big for the layout, but it runs nice enough. So I thought I'd also include this clip of my P2 Cochrane North running on my friend's model railway on his table with his 9F Evening Star at the front. They are both Hornby, one is significantly older. They run beautifully. It was a great day driving on his layout. I have got a lot of large tender engines, but they're too big for my model railway to actually run on. So folks, that's going to be it for 2025. I hope you enjoyed all the stuff that I got up to and the shorts I've made. It's been a great year in terms of the channel, like shockingly great. I started this out as just being a silly little thing to display some of the stuff I do to my family who could watch. And the amount of people who have just come together to see, quite frankly, an idiot do silly things with trains He's just shocking. I couldn't be more grateful for you all. Hope you all have a great New Year's and you had a great Christmas. And I don't have anything much to say. Happy 2026 when that comes. Goodbye.